that I want you to deepen your understanding of what is possible for you. You can just bring your best. You can bring your energy. You could show up passionate and willing and understanding that you're going to come up against your limited beliefs. So what? We all do. But you move through them. Yeah, you're going to have some challenges at certain points. That's perfect. Because that's where you typically give up. But if you move past that, you're in the unknown. And that's where the miraculous always occurs. That when you open your heart, the field around your body expands. We know that. You broadcast a bigger magnetic field. And if you place a thought or an intention on that magnetic field, now you are changing the energy. You are contributing to the field. A higher amplitude. And a higher amplitude is more energy. So if you're feeling gratitude and you're feeling love and you're feeling passion and inspired and you're feeling free, it's that kind of energy then that begins to change the energy of the room. Lives can be changed. Past scars and wounds can be healed and removed. The mystical, the transcendent can happen to you. And you only need one of those experiences for you to realize that you can go back to being the same person again. You dipped into the divine, and it transformed you in some way. Because when you're baptized by that energy is carrying information, and it's carrying information about you. And your spectrum of reality is going to broaden. You are going to see more of reality. And so I want you to make the choice that you bring your best. I want you to make the choice that you are contributing to the energy in this room, you personally. Creating a coherent field that influences the next person, which influences the next person. That I want you to commit to the belief that you can do it. But if you reach a certain point and you stop, and that's where you normally stop in your life, it should tell you volumes why your dreams don't come true. Because that point right there is the end of your emotional belief. But on the other side of it is your freedom. And so I want you to commit that independent of your culture, the color of your skin, your age, your diet, your sexual preference, independent of all the things that create separation between you and someone else. But I want you to commit that there's a consciousness living within you that's giving you life, and that you can make contact with it if you get beyond yourself. But all that energy has to do is reach your heart. And the field around your body expands. And when it does, you are more energy than matter, more wave than particle. And people spend their whole lives trying not to feel. Because why would you open your heart if you were damaged or shocked or bruised at a time in your life? The body's afraid. But we are going to open your heart. And every single meditation that we do, we are going to start with awakening that creative center. Center of oneness, center of wholeness, your connection to the unified field. You're going to rest your attention in the space in the center of your chest and space. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Now, energy. And then you are going to cultivate elevated emotions like invincibility, like empowerment, like freedom, being unlimited, feeling magnificent. And you're going to broadcast that energy. And that energy is going to carry an intent, because that energy is a frequency, and all frequency carries information. And what you send into the quantum field, you could only receive, because it's the same energy. What you send, you do receive. And when you feel that energy around you, the feeling of that energy and acknowledging it, and paying attention to it, and becoming aware of it, will then send out a greater energy into the field. And all of a sudden, the divine will become present because you're placing your attention on it. We're bound by an invisible field of energy that connects us, and love is the glue that does it. And love has no limits. And if this intelligence that's giving you life is a loving intelligence and intelligent love, then when you make contact with it and your consciousness merges with its consciousness, you should begin to feel something. And that feeling is called wholeness, oneness. Your brain will become more coherent. The two halves of your brain will begin to fire more in unison. We've seen it enough times. At the exact same time, your heart will burst open, and you will be humbled by a greater love. And your heart will go into coherence, which will then feed your brain, which will then feed your heart. And all of a sudden, you're producing electromagnetic field. And the energy around your body will begin to become more light, which means you're releasing more information. You're connected to something greater. The energy centers of your body will be more balanced because your autonomic nervous system is your nervous system of balance and order. And all of a sudden, from energy to thought or consciousness, to neurology, to neurochemistry, to neurohormones, to genes, to cells, all of a sudden become more balanced. And you should feel a greater sense of well-being within you and all around you. And you should be able to see a whole new landscape. And those people who worked on opening that center, we measured their immune response. We measured what happened when they were able to sustain a coherent heart just for 10 minutes a few times a day. Their immune system got significantly stronger. A chemical called immunoglobulin A, a protein that's made by many, many different genes, upregulated and began to heal the body. And people's stress hormones, cortisol levels, went down. They downregulated. They switched off the gene for stress. And the moment cortisol was no longer being manufactured from another chemical called DHEA, DHEA was now available to begin to heal cells. All of a sudden, they started feeling better. And their pain went away. And they felt more in harmony and balance just by touching that field. I guarantee you, if you follow the instructions and do it, you'll be a lot happier than when you started. I promise. And we are going to unfold into that infinite unknown place. And you are going to become a nobody. a no one. In nothing, in nowhere, and in no time, you're going to become pure consciousness, who you really are, when you're not a gender, or a culture, or a face, or a profession. And I'm going to ask you to go from somebody to nobody, from someone to no one, from something to nothing, from somewhere to nowhere, and from sometime to no time, because I want you to fall into becoming everybody, everyone, everything, everywhere, in every time. That's the quantum field.